Hello guys, my name is Spheric Alpha and today we're gonna take a look at the new and updated Ryze. I've had some time to play him since his update and I'm not quite sure yet if I think he's been nerfed or not. But anyway, since his kit has changed, let's take a look at that first. So here I am in the Rift with Ryze and his new kit, and we're gonna take a look on every ability and his passive to see what they are doing and how well they are functioning together. So let's begin with his passive. Okay. Casting a spell grants a stack of arcane mastery for 12 seconds. At 5 stacks, Ryze becomes supercharged for 3, 4, 5 and 6 seconds, increasing with ranks of desperate power. Gaining a shield that blocks 20 plus 5 per level plus 8% of maximum mana damage, and causing his spell cast to reduce the cooldown of his other spells by overload's cooldown to a minimum of 0.25 seconds. Okay, this is a completely new passive and a really good one, I might add. As you use your spells, you gain more and more stacks, and at 5 stacks you gain a super sick shield when you cast your next spell. This is great for trading at all stages in the game and gives you good sustain when getting harassed in lane. The only thing that is left is that you gain cooldown when casting spells, but this time it only functions when you're supercharged. Okay, let's move on to Ryze's W, Rune Prison. It's kinda the same as it has been. It looks like this, and it roots a target instantly. It's very good at both locking down opponents, picking opponents, and last hitting if you want to last hit instantly or you're about to miss a minion. And as you level it up, it gains more and more root duration, so it roots enemies for longer the more levels you have. It's pretty much the same, but this ability took a big hit from the nerf hammer. Less base damage and worse scaling on both ability power and mana. The skill itself is unchanged and works in the same way as it did before, however with much lower damage and scaling. Okay, let's move on to Ryze's new E, Spell Flux. It has the same logic behind it as the old E, looks like this. And I think it's gotten way better than it has been. And hear me out before you say anything. This is important. It's more reliable this time. Like if I cast it on an enemy champion, I know that it will at least hit once. And if he has any enemy units near, like minions or another enemy champion, or a jungle camp, whatever, it bounces back to him and deals even more damage and lowers his magic resist even more. When you have maxed this ability, you can take away 36% of an enemy's magic resist. And that's just absurd, especially late game against tanks. Last but certainly not least, Ryze's new ultimate, Desperate Power. It's the same as it has been for the most part. It differs a little bit on cooldown and duration, but it's kind of the same anyway. It has one big change to it though, and that is its passive. Ryze's old Q gave you a percentage of cooldown reduction, remember? It gave you 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 if I remember it correctly. Well, this ultimate gives him 10, 20 and 30% cooldown reduction, and I think that's fucking broken. Can I say that? I can. As you can see, they have embedded Ryze's old Q passive into his ultimate, but at the same time they have buffed it a lot. And for me, his ultimate is a big buff, mostly because of the cooldown reduction and spell vamp. I mean, 30% cooldown reduction is huge, especially on champions like Ryze. It looks like this. The old Ryze was harder to play against. The new Ryze is way easier to play against, for me at least. You have more windows to harass him without getting harassed back, mainly because of his Q change. But at the same time, he can harass you more in lane if he's good at landing his skill shots. And this time his passive works. It works good, like kinda like the old passive, I think. But he needs 5 stacks, and this time he gets a really nice shield with it. So I guess if he wants, and if he's smart, like most Ryzes are, he can go in when he has 5 or 4 stacks and harass you down some without getting so much damage himself. I think he's more fun to play too. He fits the theme better than he used to, and especially with the Q change and passive change, you have more ways to counter him and kinda using that against him. So he's a good champion right now. I think he's in a good spot, and he doesn't need so much changes. His ultimate is a bit too strong, I think. I think 10, 15 and 20 cooldown reduction is enough, but that's just me. We'll see what happens. That is it. That is Ryze new kit. Tell me what you think about it, and leave a comment in the sections below. Please subscribe to enjoy more videos in the future. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we'll see. It will always be something interesting for me, and oftentimes it will be about League. If you have any wishes for some videos I should make, please comment that in the comment sections too. Hope you guys have a good time, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you another time. Bye bye.